Christine Filardi here, who always does a fantastic job with Passion for Pets. So I'm going to leave it to Miss Christine Filardi with Passion for Pets. So take it away.
Wow, thank you so much, Rocco. So I have two great guests tonight. We have Hardy Duhaney, who is the owner of Oceanside Dog Walks, and the lovely Max here. So thank you guys for being with us.
You're welcome. Thanks for having us.
You're welcome. So Hardy, you started your business in 2013, clearly because you saw a need.
Absolutely.
So I want you to talk about, really what was it that made you say, you know what, I really need to do this?
Okay. Well, the first thing is all these dogs really need exercise. But there's definitely a need for it because everyone's working longer hours,
right.
But we still have the pets at home and we need to get them out and let them get the exercise so
right.
we can reduce any behavioral problems. So, I really saw a need for it and I really love working with animals.
Right.
So I was like, okay, I could do this.
I could do this. So
yeah.
obviously you're looking around and you're saying to yourself, wow, as I do at times, but I have no time to walk anybody's dogs. Please don't ask me. Somebody will ask me. No, we have Victoria, we have Hardy, we have plenty of people. So I know it's challenging for anybody to own their own business. It's challenging. And I always like to ask, because I like to acknowledge it, because I wouldn't be able to do anything without my pet sitter. I really wouldn't, because I have so many animals at my house, but not too many, disclaimer. So what are some of the challenges, just from your perspective, that you face, day in and day out, going into other people's homes, dealing with their schedule? What are some of the challenges that you face?
Well, it's making sure that everything goes smoothly,
right.
Pleasing everyone, receiving a lot of emails and,
sure.
Getting back to everyone. It can be stressful, but it's, at the end of it all though, it really is rewarding to be able to help the dogs the way we do and just please our clients the way we do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you find sometimes, because I'm curious, I know how I feel my dogs behave, and of course I'll tell you they're perfect, but how do you deal with it when somebody tells you my dog is like this, however, just maybe a technique or two that you use as a professional, how do you handle it when someone's dog really shows you they're really not like that?
When they're not really like that?
Yeah, they're not how they tell you they are. Oh, they're not aggressive, all of a sudden the dog is aggressive.
Okay, well, I mean, dogs can act different with the pet parents than they do with us.
Right.
But how do I deal with that?
Yeah, would you suggest maybe some training because you're a dog trainer too?
Absolutely, yeah. I would. What I always ask my clients is, okay, your dog does this and you don't like it. What would you like your dog to do?
Right.
Okay. And then I tell them to start reinforcing that because usually when our dogs are good, like Max right now, he's just laying there. It's hard to tell that he's here.
Right.
But I haven't given him a treat.
Right.
So I always tell them, don't forget to reward your pets for the good things they're doing, so that they'll do the good things more often.
Right, that's a good point. Yeah, I was just curious because, my dogs seem to be actually much better with my dog walker than they are with me. So I don't know how that's possible, but they're seemingly perfect. I guess maybe I'm too good to them. So, which will, of course, lead me to the next question, because I am a big proponent of exercise for our dogs. So from your perspective, Hardy, how do you feel like it affects their behavior? How does not enough exercise affect their behavior? And how does enough exercise affect their behavior?
Okay. Well, not enough exercise just means really pent-up energy for a dog.
Okay.
And what happens is this pent-up energy turns into behavioral issues, behaviors, like barking at the mailman or tearing up the couch or whatever it may be. A lot of people think that their backyard is enough exercise for their dog.
Good point.
It's a common mistake. You really need to get your dog out, walking around the neighborhood and taking in all the different smells. We don't realize how much is going on up in here, which helps the dog to not only exercise physically on the walk, but also mentally. And it really can reduce a lot of behavioral problems.
Behavioral problems, yes. I absolutely agree with that. I think a yard many times is a crutch, and I really enjoy walking my dogs. God knows I enjoy taking them to the beach fairly regularly. They're their happiest. Like when I take them down to the water and they're jumping and running, and like it makes me feel so good too, because I know that when I go home, I'm going to have a little peace and quiet to actually get some work
You're letting
done.
them be dogs.
Yes, you're letting them be dogs. They love to smell everything. I've learned to have patience. Let them smell the same thing 5 times. It's okay, folks. They want to smell it. There's probably really great smells there. It's really instilled in me a lot of discipline, a lot of patience, and just a respect. Really, just I appreciate walking, and I've just grown to love it, and I've grown to embrace all of the weather. And having really warm clothes helps. So what, Hardy? Oceanside Dog Walks, please tell us what services that you offer.
Okay. Well, Oceanside Dog Walks is primarily dog walking services, but we also do dog training done by me, Hardy Devaney. So, you know, the dog walking is, of course, to let them out, relieve themselves, but like we said, it's really to let your dog get the exercise that they need as an animal. They need it. It's not just something that they want. And that's the dog walking portion of it. And then the dog training, I come to our clients' homes and basically do training for the dog and the pet parent.
And the pet parent.
Yeah.
Do you do overnights?
I don't do overnights. Yeah.
I'm just curious.
Victoria.
Okay, who we have.
Awesome Pet Services is the place to go to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. That's why I don't know why everybody.
I don't know if she's gonna kill me for saying that because I know she's really busy.
We love business. We love business. So you don't do overnights. That's fine. I was just curious. You're strictly dog walks, and you do the dog training. Really quickly before we go to break, I do want your thoughts. So Project 11561 has this petition to open up, to get part of a beach in Long Beach open to dogs off season. I'm just curious because I always like to hear other people's viewpoints, because as surprisingly as it sounds, I don't have all the answers. What are some of the pros and cons of having dog parks? And I don't mean specifically in Long Beach, I'm just talking in general. I like to hear from your perspective the good and the bad of dog parks.
Back to exercise again. The pro is that you're really getting a lot of exercise for your dog. Sometimes the con comes in when you may not have all the pet parents being as educated about it and going about it the right way. You know, there is a right way to go to the dog park. So, and you can get that information easily online. You know, making sure that you're going in first and you're showing your dog that you're in control.
I like that point.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So there are some cons to it, but I think that overall, it's definitely a very good thing if you do it right.
Okay, good. I appreciate your input. So, contact information, Hardy, I have you at www.Oceanside Dog Walks New York.
NY. Yep.
Oceanside Dog Walks NY.com. One more time, the website is www.OceansideDogWalksNY.com. You can also find you guys on Facebook at Oceanside Dog Walks. Hardy, thank you so much. Is there any other contact information you want to give at this time?
You can also call 516-360-7759.
One more time, just give them the number.
That number is 516-360-7759.
Excellent, so great. So thank you so much, and we're going to go to break shortly, and then coming back, we have a few more segments. Maybe we'll do a quick segment with Max, and we'll talk about some other great stories. Thanks so much, Hardy.
Thank you.
To me, from taking over for Halftime Howie, I'm broadcasting the beach with Halftime Howie, and you're listening to Long Island's first and oldest radio station, AM 1240 WGBB.